It's your man Jay Graves Report, and welcome to the College Football Weekly Preview, Week 9. Y'all know how we get it in, so let's get it in. Previewing the top 5 ball games of the weekend, so let's get right to it. Now, last week I didn't get a chance to do a college football wrap-up, but it didn't make a difference anyway, bruh. It was a dull weekend. We had the games that I previewed weren't even the best games. The best games are the ones that... I just didn't do it, bro. I had no excuses for you. I was out of town, running around, but let's get it in. Now, first ball game. Now, let's go down to the Pac-12, out to the Pac-12, to the Pacific Northwest. We got number 8, Stanford, comes in 6-1, goes out to play Washington State. Now, Washington State is rolling this year. They 5-2. Oh, duh, Mike Leach. Up there, you know, that's Mike Leach from Texas Tech. They throw the ball around. That done got these boys out at Washington State rolling right now. Mike Leach is putting up crazy points, crazy numbers. Hey, I'm going to put it like this. Luke Falk, the quarterback for Washington State, leads the nation in attempts, completion percentage. He leads the Pac-10 in yards per game, and touchdown. They throwing the ball all over the field. Now, Stanford is rolling right now. Stanford is 6-1. They was done the first game of the season. Went up to Northwestern and got beat, and they won 6 straight. Hey, they looking to win their 8th straight in this series, and then win 7 straight games this year. Here's the problem. Mike Leach got these boys rolling, and I think that Mike Leach and company is going to shock the world and put the Pac-12 North in shambles. I'm telling you, Mike Leach can coach. He got a system. They throwing the ball all over the place. So I'm picking Washington State to win this ball game. Listen to what I'm saying to you, bro. Washington State to win this ball game. And it's going to be chaos in the Pac-12. Let's move on to the next ball game. Let's go down to the SEC. We got number 19. Duh, Ole Miss. I love saying duh, Ole Miss. Coming from the Grove. Going down to Auburn to play the duh Auburn Tigers. Now, Ole Miss is coming off of a huge ball game last weekend. Huge win. They went out to Texas A&M. Beat these boys. Now, think about this. When they walked in to Kyle Field, Texas A&M was averaging 452 yards a game. They held these boys to 192 yards and 0 touchdowns. They held them to a field goal. The Ole Miss defense showed up, played big. And now, you go into Auburn and play these boys. Those Doug, Gus Malzahn, these boys out there struggling. This beginning of the season. Remember the beginning of the season? Everybody had Auburn ranked 6 in the country. They had no quarterback. Everybody trying to talk about this Johnson kid was going to be the truth, the real deal. I told you boys they was going to be Doug. Now they done. Now they're out here. They trying to do their thing, but they can't because they done. So we can stop talking about War Eagle. What we need to do is start calling these boys War Pigeon, War Parakeet, War Butterfly. Don't call them Eagle. All the Eagles sitting around like, dude, these dudes ain't with us. They ain't with us. Hey, cause Ole Miss goes into Auburn, beats the brakes off these boys. We don't have to hear nothing else about Auburn for the rest of the year. I told you, don't tell me nothing else about Ole Miss, but Ole Miss showed up against Texas A&M. Defense is playing well. Ole Miss wins this game going away. Now, let's go on down to Jacksonville. We stay going to the SEC. We got Georgia goes out to Jacksonville to play Florida in the world's largest cocktail party. Now, this is the ball game that everybody wants to see. Why? Because Georgia is Mark Richt's Georgia. They gonna fall apart again. Think about this, bruh. Last year, when Florida came into this ball game with a lame duck coach, remember Will Muschamp was on his way out. He was done. They came in and beat these boys 38-20. Put in work. Trayon Harris only threw the ball 6 times all game long last year. Why? Because they put up 418 yards on these boys on the ground. Now, Georgia comes into this ball game after getting beat by Tennessee. Nick Chubb is hurt, so he's out with a knee injury. They got nobody running the rock. They about to get drugged up and down the field on these boys because Florida is 6-1. These boys are rolling. They ready to do some things this year, and they're a year ahead of schedule. So I'm going with the Florida Gators to do work on these boys, and the curse of the spray tan gets Georgia again. Let's move on to the next ball game. Now, this is the one I want to talk about. Miami goes out to Duke to play the number 22 Duke Blue Devils. Let's move on to the next ball game. Let's not even talk about Miami. Oh yeah, yes, we will talk about Miami. Miami comes off of the worst loss in school history. These Duns got beat 58-0 against Clemson last week. Got old Al Golden fired. Well, they should have fired that Dun a long time ago. He out there trying to look like Vince Lombardi or Joe Paterno somewhere. This Dun got on a shirt and a tie, khaki pants, and cleats. You gotta fire that Dun just for the outfit alone, bro. Just for the outfit alone. Now, here's the deal. They fired his Dun. So now they show up in this ball game against Duke with an interim coach, Larry Scott. They got no Brad Kaya. He got hurt in the ball game last week. So they got a redshirt freshman, Malik Rozier. Then they got a true freshman behind him, Evan Sharifs. It's going to be a problem out there, bro. It's going to be so bad. Because, look, think about it. Duke 6-1. They 3-0 in the ACC. They rolling right now. Now, they could go out. They could put the doggone basketball team out there this weekend and beat these boys. Matter of fact, you gonna see Coach K out there line up in the slot on these boys. Miami is trash right now, bro. Hey, look, stop to everybody hollering and screaming, talking about, man, we gonna got to bring the U back, all the old players. We gotta bring the U back. Hey, the only way you gonna bring the U back is if you go back and reconstruct the Big East. Because that's when the U was at its dominant powers. When they were Superman beating the brakes off everybody, they were independent. And then they moved into the Big East when they weren't playing nobody. And then they won 5 national championships. Get this, 5 national championships in 18 years. But they played 3 of those national championships in their home stadium. Now, you play your national championship. Can you imagine Ohio State playing for the national championship in the Horseshoe, or Michigan playing for the national championship in the Big House? I mean, what is that? That's a built-in advantage. You're supposed to win at least 3 national championships. You played all the mugs at the crib. Now, so I don't hear nothing else about Miami. Miami got trash facilities, so they can't recruit. Nobody's trying to go down there, bro. It is what it is. Your biggest mistake Miami made was leaving the Big East and going to the ACC. Keep this in mind. They were between 2000 and 2003. They won 39 straight regular season ball games. They won 34 straight ball games at one point during that period of time. And then the 2004, all of a sudden you just fall off? No, bro. You fell off because you started playing better competition. When you was in the AC, when you was in the Big East, you was playing duds like Temple, Pitt, Boston College. Come on, bro. Stop it. Yeah, you played some good teams, but vast majority of the time your schedule was dull. So that's why I'm laughing right now. Now, here's the deal. Duke wins this ball game. It's about to get bad down in Miami, so put on your seatbelt. From now on, we're going to stop calling Miami the Miami Hurricane. We're going to call the Miami Partly Cloudies. Who they going to fire this weekend, bro? Sebastian? They ain't got nobody else to fire because Duke get ready to beat the brakes off of them this weekend. It's about to be bad. Let's move on to the next ball game. Now, we got number 9. Notre Dame goes out to play number 21. Temple. Now, you know it's bad, bro, when you got Temple and Notre Dame playing and College Game Day showing up for the ball game. Why? Because Temple is 7-0. It's all hype. Smoke and mirrors. Don't believe the hype. Think about this, bruh. Temple 7-0. Look good on paper. Let me show you who they played. They beat Dub Penn State, Dub Cincinnati, extra dub UMass, extra dub with mild sauce on the side Charlotte, dub with crispy chicken fingers Tulane, dub UCF, and dub East Carolina. Now all of a sudden it's time to play ball. Notre Dame gonna go in here and do work on these boys. And the Leprechaun gonna steal everything in sight. So I'm just saying, Notre Dame wins this ball game going away. It's your man Jay Graves Report from the JGravesReport.com, or you can hit me up on Twitter at JGravesReport so you can holler at your boy.